Hello YouTube. It's unfortunate to say that this will be my last video on my 2019 Lincoln MKZ Hybrid. I'm trading it in for another vehicle, which you will soon find out. In this video, I'll be talking about why I've decided to trade it in and also share my overall experience with this car. Consider subscribing to my channel and helping me out. There's no BS, just raw information and opinions on my channel. If you want to connect with other MKZ owners, check out the Real Lincoln MKZ Enthusiast Facebook group, which I will leave a link in the description below. Let's talk about why I decided to trade in my Lincoln MKZ Hybrid. By the time you're viewing this video, I have already got the new car, so stay tuned for the reveal next week. So this new car, it's a car that you see every day, so when you see it next week, you'll be like, oh, why did he get that car? So hopefully this video can clear some things up for you. So the main reason why I decided to trade it in is because I wanted something cheaper on gas. Yes, this Lincoln MKZ is a hybrid, but the amount of driving I did, it really started to add up at the gas station. I drive around 220 kilometers a day, 6 days a week for work, so I was spending close to $100 or even more a week just on gas. With the cost of living so expensive in my area, my family just couldn't afford to pay for gas, maintenance, and the loan payments on this thing. My 2019 still had a loan on it, and the trade-in value was much higher than my 2015 MKZ Hybrid, so that's another reason why I decided to trade in my 2019. With that being said, I started looking into other hybrids and fully electric vehicles. One vehicle I was very interested in was the 2020 Volvo S90 T8 plug-in hybrid. I test drove it, and man, it's on a different level in terms of quality, but it takes premium gas and it only had 31 kilometers of electric range, and the worst part was the ride wasn't that good at all. It was very harsh over bumps, but I really liked everything else on this vehicle, especially the exterior looks and the interior materials quality. Surely it was a big step up from the Lincoln MKZ. I also didn't know how reliable these things were, especially with that overcomplicated engine with the supercharger and turbocharger. I'm not even sure if any mechanic would even want to work on this thing. Let me know in the comments section if you guys have any experience with this vehicle. I really like it, but I'm not sure how reliable these things are in the long term. Anyways, I came to the realization that there are not that many hybrid electric luxury vehicles on the market that are in my price range, so I started looking into fully electric vehicles. I came across the Genesis G80 electric sedan. I wasn't really sold on the exterior looks, if I'm being honest, but the interior just blew me away. Such a high quality interior, and the ride was luxury car smooth. The two main problems that I found with this car was the price and reliability. At over $100,000, I'm not sure if that was a good buy, especially for a startup brand like Genesis. The one I test drove was $90,000 because it was used, but still, that's very expensive for what it was. If you've been following car news lately, you've probably heard about the Hyundai Ioniq 5 and the cost to replace its battery. For the Ioniq 5, the battery costs more than the vehicle, which is absolutely insane. So that really got me thinking about the future of Hyundai Genesis electric vehicles. Are these batteries serviceable, or do I have to replace the entire vehicle once there is something wrong with the battery? With all this in mind, I checked out one last electric vehicle, which is the vehicle that I ended up buying. So there you have a hint. It's an electric vehicle. You can guess what it is in the comments down below. Let's talk about my Lincoln MKZ ownership. I really enjoyed my experience with this Lincoln MKZ, but sadly I couldn't spend more time with it. I'll quickly talk about a couple of things I liked and some things I disliked about this Lincoln. I really enjoyed the sound system and the ride refinement in this vehicle. As someone who loves music, this 14-speaker Revel setup is definitely up there in terms of good sound quality. The vocals are very clear. The only problem was it was a little bass heavy in the front. But other than that, it's a really good sound system. I can just imagine the 20-speaker Revel Ultima sound system. How good that sounds. The interior, it's very quiet and well insulated from the road. The ride is smooth and comfortable, and it's overall a very cozy place to be in and spend time. Some things I didn't like is the fit and finish and the quality inside. Whenever I played music, the door panels would always rattle, which just ruined the sound system. Although these seats are much more plush and supportive compared to the pre-2017 models, I still found these seats a little bit on the firmer side when it came to comfort. There just wasn't enough cushioning in them, in my opinion. Other than that, the newer front end, all my followers probably know by now that I dislike this front end and prefer the pre-2017 front ends better. When it comes to reliability, the 2019 Lincoln MKZ was reliable for most parts, but not as reliable as my 2015. The check engine light came on for a purge canister valve, which I was quoted $500 to replace, but I never did. Because of this code, at the gas pump, it always kept clicking even though the tank wasn't even full when I tried to fill it up. Another problem I was having was the passenger side DRL lights go out. It somehow fixed itself and hadn't had an issue with it for over a year. One last thing I want to talk about is the gas mileage. I never got as good of a gas mileage with this 2019 hybrid compared to my 2015 hybrid. Not exactly sure why, but yeah, my 310,000 kilometer 2015 MKZ gets over 45 mpgs all the time, but with my 2019 I would get less than 40 mpgs throughout the year. I've tried fuel treatments, but nothing helped. I even brought it into the dealership and they said this is normal and this is the usual fuel economy for this vehicle. So I'm not sure what was going on, but oh well, it is what it is. I really hope this 2019 Lincoln MKZ goes to a really good owner because it's a solid car and I really took good care of it, even though it wasn't clean all the time. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'll see you next time with the new car.